going to take my night medicine. And then I'm going to roll up. Oh, and Mr. Real Deal, yeah, my license got renewed. I did let it lapse, but I got it renewed. I don't know why he brought that up earlier. But yeah, I was without for a little while. Whatever. Hate to even acknowledge. Looked at those videos, although I couldn't help it. I'm still subscribed to some of those people. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe. Then again, maybe I won't do that. No, who knows? Anyways, I was gonna talk about my life a little bit and explain what I go through. No filter, completely. You guys can't leave comments, but of course you're gonna leave. This is for the people that want to give a shit, that want to listen, truly. So if you just came here to troll, might as well go because you can't do it. Yep, look at those numbers drop to zero. Anyways, so like I said, I'm not making this stream as another airing out my thoughts on everything that's happened. I've done that enough. Making the stream as it's titled. I think I've made a few shorts that are in the works uploading. I'll be released soon. They pretty much addressed my points, which, to be honest with you, they weren't really my points until some older folk who are my friends and neighbors got me thinking about them. Nobody helps me in my life with my bills or anything but me and a family member. And that family member don't do it, but other than he wants to, and because I help him out, because me and him share the same birthday, and my mom gave him to me, gave me to him when I was 3 years old, because she had issues. Sadly, it seems I've inherited genetically some of those issues. Or maybe also things that have happened. You guys are going to hear the full Square Life story. And these people that have trolled me, that have played my games with me, try to reverse psychology, V for Vendetta, me a lesson, get me to, I don't know, leave YouTube permanently or start acting like them more and stop being myself. Yeah, it's not going to work. See, a friend or someone who cares about you thinks you're messing up, they'll coach you privately. They don't do it for an audience. It's exactly what you did, Red Reaper. Exactly what you did, Real Deal. Focus, Ian, focus. Okay. So my mom gave me up when I was 3. All throughout my life, my mom told me how conniving and evil, not all, but most women are. I was told that shit so many times. I didn't want to believe it, you know. And no, I'm not bashing women. That's not what this is leading to. I'm just saying that this was a fact of my growing up life. I guess because my mom did some of the things talked about, but a lot of things she didn't do. And I'll tell you what she didn't do. She didn't ask for a guy to not tell her he had a contagious disease and then have sex with her unknowing that, him hiding it, and she having to find out by finding a prescription bottle. After that, she married him instead of doing what she, in her mind and heart and soul and from anger, wanted, which was to take care of him. She married him. This time was a truck driver, just like the bearded bastard on YouTube. Maybe that's a reason why I don't have a lot of respect for you, Mr. Hatred, or whatever the fuck you call yourself now. You know, I ain't never seen it get y'all talk about whenever I do my little nervous breakdowns or episodes. Well, don't do them, have them. You know, y'all think I'm going crazy and losing it. Y'all ain't seen somebody talk to somebody as vile. You haven't heard the words and phrases that I heard being yelled at my mama over the phone from this man, and not a damn thing I could do about it. She tried to give me as much good life advice she could, but the fact is, she was never in my life. My dad was somewhat, and he is today, but he's not been my father figure. If I've had a father figure, and I say if I had one because apparently to a lot of people on here, it doesn't seem like I have, or if I have, I had, I guess, a pussy as a father figure. But my grandfather is one of the most respected former teachers and community members of this small community. And everybody was me by my grandpa. Everybody was my grandpa. Everybody used to love going to his school classes. And he always tried to teach me to ignore people and don't let them know it bothers you. He would quote Bible verses about how it heaps coals of fire when you do that to people. I tried it. I mean, I didn't just try it, I did it a few times. But even in those momentary victories, or if they stopped, I'm too old to remember. I do remember that it always continued. It never stopped. There was somebody new waiting around the corner to harass, bully, intimidate, fight, use me for resources, fake friendship. I mean, it has happened so many times that if you ask any, like my grandfather, my brother, anybody in my family that's close enough, it's like I'm cursed almost. I don't believe in past lives, but let's say hypothetically I did. I would have had a fucked up past life for the karma I've been getting in life. Because I know I haven't done the actions to merit the karma while in this life. Well, not all of it, some that I have. I know to take responsibility for things I'm wrong on. Oh, and Kanan texted me and admitted that he is the one that did it. So, for the fourth time, I will apologize to Louisiana Outlaw were thinking that it was him. So they told me it was from Louisiana. It's the only person I could think with that name. I know it sounds silly to look back, but when you got all that adrenaline and stress and anxiety flowing, you're really not thinking about details and being very logical or coherent. Oh, I know to some it sounds like I'm just making a big old broadcast playing for me. No, I'm telling you about my life. So, not having my mom, I was raised by my grandparents, and it's no secret that me being an only child with my dad having two sons but by two different uh, wives, sort of an only child. My grandfather also raised my brother, who's 5 years older than me. Um, my grandfather was a old guy, still is. He believed in old-fashioned, respect and discipline. He used to get spanked every Sunday after church. I used to take him to church every Sunday because I knew that my brother was gonna get me to do something or distract me, or I was gonna get caught up in something that would embarrass my grandpa. And he would always look at me, Logan, and he'd hold up a finger, and that's one squat, and two, and then three, and after three, it would be no more. And then we'd leave, and we'd go and have Sunday dinner. Then we'd go home, and we'd paddle our asses with a paddle we signed. The good old late 90s. But I love my grandpa. I don't look back down on him for that. I know he was trying to steer us the right way. My grandpa's an amazing guy, and I'm truly lucky and blessed to have him in my life. And I don't take him for granted. When I was an addict, I did. Before I saw help, and before I got to the point that I almost hit myself in a three-bedroom house with a basement, nobody in it but me, in 2019, January 19th. Up until after that night, I did not, I was not functioning as a soulful human being. I was functioning with a soul, but my actions, I was just going through the motions, and I was abusing myself, literally, um, from the coping mechanisms and bad habits I had learned after the pain, suffering, wrecks, and life shit I had to experience. I got really addicted to pain medicine. I used to probably could take 20 Lortabs at my peak in a day, old 10 325s. If not them, the Roxy's or oxycodones. And yeah, I had a script. I got a script for a prescription. But you guys know that are true addicts, it was never enough. In middle school, my family was really to the point they didn't know what to do with the harassment and bullying. Even as a child, it affected me very, very strongly. And I was signed up for Taekwondo. I took it. And then I started testing some of that stuff out. A couple battles I won, bunch of them I lost and flipped, turned on upside down on my ass, and was made a fool of. I'm not gonna front. I've always been a skinny, tall guy. It's not easy to, you got the muscle or big bone density or whatever. It's not easy to get. You can get me right. You could flip me and turn me into a pretzel. It's not hard. I think people really don't believe when I say that I see a psychiatrist and I get help constantly on an ongoing basis. I have a phone number I can reach out to, and I don't mean a crisis line. I mean I have my doctor's phone number, and I do call her on stuff about, even stuff about this sometimes. But today I just lost it because I knew I've been getting played, and some of the people that were a part of it will never admit it because they're the people that just won't ever admit stuff they do like that. And that's all right, I understand. Just some people are not like that. Sometimes, if I do something, especially if it was accidental or out of ignorance, do I want to own up and admit to it? No. But I do the best to do it. And I really did try my best with Louisiana Outlaw. And even though they said that they can't accept my apology or whatever, or that they can't forgive me, it's not, I don't think they couldn't accept my apology. I think it was they couldn't forgive me. Or at least do anything with me anymore or anything. Not that we did. We never really worked on stuff together or nothing. But, I understand. And I had no, I mean, I knew that I think I had been told before that he survived cancer, which is, I'm glad. I hope I'm not wrong on that information. But but apparently he has other issues too. So I did not mean to aggravate his stress. I was not that aware, and that's no excuse, really. I know. So I'm not trying to make it as an excuse. I'm just saying, sorry again, Louisiana. But I ain't got nothing still yet to say to that canine rescue. Bro calls the cops every time. Damn, I definitely will never stream a nervous breakdown again. You got, I learned that lesson today. That's one lesson I will not, or mistake slash lesson I will not repeat. Mark my words. If you hear me talk about anything, it will be in this monotone, calm voice, clear and articulate and able to speak. I just, part of me wishes I didn't come on here, but a small part of me is glad that I did meet some people I did meet. And I do think there are some good people on here. As a matter of fact, I know there are. But they're so hard to be able to tell who's who. I don't want to bring any harm, disrespect, bad, negative energy, slander, or trolling, or any of that to anybody at all. I've made my peace. I never was a troll. I'm not a troll now, and I don't want to be a troll. To those that are, I do not judge you. I just ask you to please leave me alone for the sake of my health and well being. If a bunch of what y'all call lemons or emotional saps want to subscribe and all the big manly men unsubscribe, that's cool. I don't really care either way. I didn't start this for a popularity contest. I didn't start this for money or for money for a new laptop. I can save that up. It just takes a long time with the income that I am limited to with what I've got going on and stuff. So that's why I dropped the cash out. Not to mention everybody else does it, and I was told by other people to go ahead and do it after 2 months of not doing it. But I was wrong there too. I just don't understand. People say I'm entitled because I asked for stuff to be removed. I'm not asking for the stuff to be removed to hurt your precious or your numbers or views or anything. Or I'm not doing it to be an asshole. I'm asking for the kindness of my mental health. People can say block, don't look at it, whatever. Come on. How many of you, if you knew something was out about you, would you be able to ignore? I'm sure there's going to be one or two or three people that can say yes, and maybe out of those three, one and a half to two could really do it. Or I'm going to say that backwards. Two couldn't do it, and one could really do it. That's the law of average I see on that subject. But my mom in 2017, she died after just being checked in to an institution that some of you actually have the nerve to recommend that I need to go to and be locked up in. You don't have any idea how hurtful that is for me. And you don't care. That's why I disable comments. Call me a pussy all you want. But I've lived a hard life, a life some of you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy, I bet. When you get told by your mom the things you're told because she wants you to not make or get with somebody that's made her mistakes or wants you to be aware of how the world really is, then maybe you might find offense of someone on here talking about your dead mother who died without a friend by her side and had no funeral. And by Mimi, I personally got to watch her die. I personally got to watch the radiation and chemotherapy turn her into an old human body. With it just changed her. She wasn't herself anymore after that. And she died not long after. And then while I was in rehab, After in 2019, January the 19th, on the evening of, I took a very sharp old hunting knife and I cut myself up from head to toe. And I plan to bleed out in the basement and die smoking. And I underestimated how dirty the basement was, for when I put my arms down, the blood and the tissue that was cut open seeped some dirt and grime in my wounds, which made them sting. So I couldn't take the pain, even though I tried to stomach it. And I had to go in the bathroom, and when I did, and I caught myself in the mirror, I freaked out. I began to sob, and I got on the phone and I called 911 for help. I voluntarily went for psychiatric evaluation for a month. I was finally discharged under medical advice to substance abuse treatment, in which I went to for the remainder of the year from late March 2019 all the way to December 2019. And I completed my outpatient program and inpatient program by the mid-August 2019 and lived in sober living and did routine drug tests and pill level checks of my medicine from then on until I moved away and came back home. But while I was gone, my grandma died, and I flew home from Cape Cod, Massachusetts for the funeral. Now it's just me and my grandfather, who shared the same birthday, but almost close to almost 90 years apart. 87 to be exact. Well, maybe like 86, 85. I don't know what the year between. Maybe 75. I got it off by so much. There's never been anyone that hasn't been there for me besides him. There's been some people that have been there for me, like today, but at the end of the day, the two people I can count on the most are my granddad and my employer slash client soul. And they know who I am. I met Soul by becoming a traveling man when I was 19, way before I got diagnosed and had my mental issues come to the forefront. I guess they were always there, but on the night of the 19th in 2009, I had taken something that was laced with more than what was told to me that it was. I was ruled that I went under a drug-induced form of psychosis and subsequently had a 3-hour surgery with numerous 40, 50 staples and a bunch of stitches afterwards, even some near my groin area. That's how quickly I wanted to bleed and die. I probably came within just a few meters or millimeters of my carotid on my neck. I was just careless, I guess, and didn't hit the right spot, thank God. but I was cut up enough all around to be bleeding. And I was begging I was begging the nurses and doctors to put me to sleep because I was in so much pain from the dirt and stuff and being in my open wounds. And at first they couldn't, and they had to try to clean some of them up while I was awake. And they finally, they said partially out of exhaustion and the medicine we gave you, you passed out. And I had a 3-hour surgery. Dr. O'Ladrin was really nice to have done what he done. He, my arms, legs, neck, everything would look a whole lot worse if it wasn't for his talent. And I saw him after I came back home and made sure to tell him a big thank you. So I really am a young man who is still trying to find his direction and footing in life. Yeah, I wanted to make a YouTube channel reporting at first on the Johnny Goble Ryan Upchurch situation after I saw Ryan go to Kentucky because I've been a fan and watched Ryan since he used to be the redneck of church, the redneck. But if that made some of you think that I was automatically, and then my poor roundabout explanation, which I have a bad habit of doing a lot on my Who Am I video, then I'm sorry. Then part of the misunderstanding is my fault, and not all you guys' fault. But all I meant to say was is that I did not come on here to do like don't get me wrong, I think that the work that Scooter does, regardless of maybe how I feel, how he's done me recently, I think the work that he does with Turkey is, I mean, I I don't know what mental issues or anything, or if Turkey has any. I'm gonna say that he claims he doesn't. So, I mean, somebody like that that's hurting people and actively scamming people, yeah, like I understand you going after them, and I supported, and that's why I donated. Um, a lot of people had believed some false rumors and or so-called allegations, I guess I should say, about JG that a lot of people stopped making content on him. I being one of those people because I believed in some of the shit said, and it's not that I'm wanting every single person to like me. It's just that I want to treat people how that I would want to be treated. And I know if somebody made a mistake on me, I would really feel good if they apologized to me and feel a whole lot better. And just because I say they do doesn't mean they do. They have to realize it and come to the conclusion themselves. And if they don't come to that conclusion, then I guess they don't. But this StreamYard account I'm keeping up and have paid for the membership, so Blackbox can still use it. I think I may be going somewhat live tomorrow with him and whoever else. Uh, and Louisiana Outlaw, let me give a shout out to Mr. Scarface. He's the one that made sure your video got to me. So I knew the truth. And I'm going to say again, I apologize sincerely from my heart. Whether you can forgive me or not, I know that's your decision and call and personal process, but I do apologize. And if people took my nervous breakdown slash meltdown slash rant slash anger tirade, whatever you want to call it, today is a distress or me trying to threat or get attention, I'm sorry, but that's just not factually correct because I did it because I was thinking of ending my YouTube channel permanently and getting away from all this. But after a lot of people offline and some online I've talked to, I am not going to do that. So, for those of you that have listened and actually cared or think I'm speaking sincerely, thank you. For those of you that are just here to record and get whatever thing that might be juicy to put into another video, I say find some better content to make because I don't want to do videos like that. And I don't want it done to me. And that's all I've got to say. Peace and blessings to everybody. I apologize if my actions made anybody assume or think the worst. But you guys just don't fully understand or know me yet. That's really it. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for being here. Peace.
Can't be on the internet at all while this court case is going on.
That's what